Welcome to That Checks Out, Gabe and Felix. We just recorded the whole hour podcast for this week and didn't record the audio, so this one might be weird.
Anyway, you want to play a game?
Sure. Or do you want to get into weird conspiracy theories or something?
I don't want to get into weird conspiracy
theories. That could get us
theories.
into some cool territory.
Because my biggest thing about conspiracy
You
theories...
don't have to bring up the Hollow Earth again, even though I love that clip, and I'm really upset that we don't have that.
I hate that. I cried. I'm not crying again.
You cried.
I'm not crying again.
Man, is that Travis Barker? You want to watch it again, though?
No, because I'm not crying again. You
That's
get one
fair.
cry out of me. That's
Fine.
it's in my writer. You only get one cry out of me.
Yeah, right, dude.
Oh, you want bet?
I could make you cry again if I really wanted to.
Give it your best shot.
I don't want to.
No, do it.
No, I don't want to.
I want you to.
I don't want to.
All right.
Because I got put on the spot, and I immediately, every way that I could have made you cry, left.
I guess you're only getting one cry then.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
So
I'm going to tell, what's his name? Ken Gar to yell at you or something tonight. I don't know.
I'm not gonna cry about that. Fucking all right.
Saying it might have brought up some feelings from PTSD or something.
Nah, fucking no. I cry about situations, not people.
Hey, you can tell that joke to all the people that watch our podcast.
What joke?
The one about the couple. And the
Oh, this
living
stupid
room.
fucking joke. All right, fine. Sit with me, everybody. Let me take you on a
He's
stupid,
practicing. He's supposed to practice this joke.
a stupid fucking journey that a drifter named Poopy, what's his name, Poppy Joe Jupiter,
Joe Jupiter.
has sent me on.
Shout out to PP Jupes.
Fucking first class titties.
PJ Jupes.
PJ Jupes. PJ Jupes, Jesus. So there's this husband and wife. They're sitting on their couch having some peanuts. Like married couples do, I guess.
Yeah.
And just sitting there
Probably
having
watching TV or something.
Yeah, just having a good time. And the husband, he's playing the little thing where he's tossing peanuts in the air and catching them, having a good time. And peanuts out of the shell. Okay.
Yeah, hold on. This whole time, you thought he's throwing Mr. Peanut up in the air? Fucking with the monocle on it and everything?
Well, at least like the full shell, but like.
You know what really upsets me about being an adult, and I think cartoons led us to believe? What? There would be more restaurants shaped like the things they sell.
Yeah.
Like, why is there not taco places shaped like tacos?
It probably is.
Yeah, but why aren't there more? The best
I think architects were like, that's enough.
The best we got is the UFO McDonald's in Roswell, New Mexico, where the first crash site was.
Oh, really?
Well, one of the earliest documented ones, 1947, Roswell, New Mexico, farm couple. Shit crashed through, and then get this: they go to pick up the material that was like left from the crash, and it like crumbled in their hands. But it was supposed to be really strong, and they found new elements that day. And you know what happened just 2 years before in New Mexico?
New Mexico State women's basketball team won the national championship.
No. Little place called the Trinity Site. Ever heard of it?
No.
It's where they dropped the first nuke.
Why'd they drop a nuke on Earth?
No, the aliens didn't drop the nuke.
No, I know. Why did people drop a nuke? Or I mean, in America?
Because that's where they were testing it.
Oh.
When Oppenheimer, the Manhattan Project.
I feel like you should just cross your fingers when you drop it on another country. If not, you should have a solid plan B.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, you should have a solid plan B.
For sure.
And you accidentally just drop a grenade. It's like, oh, shit. And they're like, you just dropped a grenade into the middle of Tokyo. And the world is like, oh, sorry, guys.
Sorry.
I challenge you to hand-to-hand combat.
Saying, the amount of sightings of craft and shit post 1945 when we bombed Japan
Yeah.
drastically increased. Right?
Can I finish the joke?
Yeah, and then we'll talk about Skinwalker Ranch.
Do we have to?
Yeah, because it ties into what I was saying. Skinwalker Ranch is in Utah, and a lot of weird shit happens there. And I think there's probably some supernatural shit because, you know, we did take all the land from the natives, and that was pretty fucked up. But, like, even
How
they
did you
said
get here
it was
from a peanut?
Because in Nevada... So the first nuke the first nuke was in New Mexico.
You got to stop
Then
watching
they did
YouTube,
testing
dude.
in
You have to
Nevada.
stop watching YouTube.
No, this is real shit.
You got to stop watching. You don't need to know it, though.
Yeah, I do.
And for what? What are you going to do with this information now?
I don't know. Fucking wake up, sheeple. Let's go. Come on. Aliens are real. So they did a lot of nuclear testing in Nevada after that.
You hit your head really
Area 51
hard,
and
didn't
shit.
you? Like really
I've always
hard.
been into this shit. Don't get me started. I watched a Bohemian Grove video first thing when I woke up today. Like, this is my wheelhouse. They're trying to get to Moloch the owl god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing in Bohemian
Let's
Grove.
stay on one thing at a
They
time.
sacrificed a child.
Let's
after
stay on the.
So, anyways, they did a lot
thing.
of nuclear testing in Nevada.
Yeah.
And then the fallout swept up. You can see a map of the fallout, and a big part of it is right over where the Skinwalker Ranch is. So I think a lot of that stuff is one. Sure, there is probably craft and stuff observing it because of the nuclear fallout and stuff. But also, I think some other things could be happening. But I think also the nuclear fallout might have messed with people in the area to think things and see things and shit.
But what if they're probably actually seeing things if all this shit is going down?
Yeah.
In their area. So, like, sure, it's fucking with them a little bit, but, like, they're still seeing things. They're
Yeah, I know.
You're
Skinwalkers.
basically chemically gaslighting
You ever
these
seen
people.
a skinwalker?
I don't know if I want to.
They're wild, dude. We're going to look at them. Jordan Sparks' dad. Remember when we talked about that the first time we recorded this episode? Skinwalkers. Navajo culture. Yeah, sure, whatever. In Navajo culture, a skinwalker, I'm not going to try and say that, a type of harmful witch who has the ability to turn into, possess, or disguise themselves as an animal.
A Yi Naldushi.
Delushi.
Jim Belushi.
So there's one. That's a skinwalker. That's in
that's
New
gross.
Mexico. That's kind of what they generally look like.
I don't like this.
This one has antlers.
Can we stop? That's gross.
What's this goat one, though? But yeah, so skinwalkers are these crazy animal hybrid witch things. That was the masks they used to do when they would do skinwalkers in plays.
It's gross, dude.
It's pretty
I
wild.
don't like this.
So anyways, so yeah, that's what skinwalkers are, and that's why it's called Skinwalker Ranch.
Again,
So
I was
this
talking about
couple was
peanuts.
Watching TV with Mr. Peanut.
Yeah, they're eating peanuts, and the husband's tossing them in the air, eating them, having a good time, and his wife like gets his attention, and he turns his head, and the peanut that was in the air when he turned his head falls into his ear, and they just can't get the peanut out. Like it seemed like it was gonna be simple, like almost too simple. And
I knew about a kid when we were younger that got a dry
can I tell the
blueberry.
fucking joke? See, this is why I can't tell the fucking joke.
It's related.
Because people know it's not. It's not. Is it?
Yeah, it is kind of a similar situation. He got a dried blueberry stuck in his
I get
nose.
to punch you in the arm if it's not. If I deem it not.
He got a peanut stuck in his
I get
ear.
to-
This kid got a blueberry stuck in his nose, and they had to pull it out. It was dry when it went up there, and they pulled it out with a vacuum, and it was a plump blueberry afterwards. This is boogers.
I hate you so much. I hate you.
He's just mad that it was actually somewhat related.
Barely. Anywho, there. So the peanut gets lodged in his ear, and they can't get it out. Like tweezers, they tried a bunch of different things, and at some point, like I know it's pretty simple, but we're gonna have to go to the emergency room so they have different tools that they can get it out and just deal with the copay. Insurance will pay for it, whatever. And so,
Put a scope in there, look at it through a camera.
exactly, they'll find a way to get it out.
Yeah. Put an ant in there.
So the same time that they're getting their keys and she's getting her purse and a coat if you need it. Doesn't matter what time of year it was in. I don't know why I brought that up.
It was in the winter. They had the fire going.
So yeah, they're eating peanuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Peanuts roasting
with a
on
chestnut.
an open fire.
Yeah, let's just go with that. So they're hanging.
Planters roasting on an open fire.
So they're just having a
Jack
good time.
Frost's nipples on your nose.
Well, so they have to go to the emergency room, and the same time they're about to walk out of the door, their daughter and her boyfriend come downstairs, and teenage daughter and teenage boyfriend they've been together for like a year and a half or so they trust him upstairs or whatever, and they say like, hey, what's going on? Like, why are you guys leaving right now? And they go, well, we got to take Dad to the emergency room and figure this thing out. And it's so stupid. It's so stupid. But the boyfriend trying to impress the dad. And he goes, "Sir, I can get that out." He takes his 2 fingers, plugs them up in the dad's nose.
Yeah.
And says, "Just blow really hard."
And yeah, like it's the first time I've heard this. I've heard this is now the 4th time I've heard this.
He plugs them up the dad's nose and goes, "Hey, it's just blow really hard, and I'm sure it'll pop out." And sure enough, the dad blows really hard and pops out.
Also, wild that he went up like this.
Yeah. Or
That's an aggressive move.
I'm envisioning that it's like that as opposed to
I
like
would
that.
be more likely to pinch a guy's nose really hard.
I know, but like some noses I can't pinch mine together.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah, Those have big nostrils. I'm
going to zoom in really far on your nose at that part.
But the thing about, and so they're coming down, and he plugs his fingers in and whatever, and they get the peanut out. Like he blows the peanut out, and later on that night, the boyfriend and the daughter, they go out and do whatever they were going to do. They're going to go see a movie. That's what they were doing. And the husband and wife are sitting on the couch later on that night, and the wife goes, "Hey, that young man's really special. What do you think he's going to be when he grows up?" The husband goes, "By the smell of those 2 fingers, he better be our son-in-law."
Hey! Why does that dad know what his daughter's nether regions smell like?
I feel like, okay, here, all right, this is going to sound really fucked up. If you live long enough with a woman, even if you haven't seen her cooter, you probably know what it smells like.
No.
Oh.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
I know, but like sometimes, like, your natural smells come out, and maybe it's the natural smell of your balls.
Yeah.
And so like I'm assuming the same thing happens with the cooter.
Like from under cheese?
No, like I mean, just if you just haven't showered in a day because you didn't leave the house.
Yeah.
And you just kind of have that natural little funk to you. Like you need to take a shower, but it's not the absolute worst thing in the world.
Nah. I mean, like I know when my armpits stink.
Yeah.
I forgot to put on deodorant.
No, but like, yeah, it's almost the same thing where it's like you may have just taken a shower, but like later that day you might smell a little bit.
Yeah, I put deodorant on today. That just had me think. I was like, did I put on deodorant?
So I mean,
I did put it on.
And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know.
Fucking.
I just sometimes you smell things and.
So, anyways, Tower 7. I'm just kidding.
Go ahead. Let me pick it apart.
7.
Let me pick it apart.
Oh, you're going to pick apart Tower 7, the building that just happened to go down on 9/11? There was also a World Trade Center building?
And it was an Old Navy commercial?
That was an Old Navy commercial, and I stand by that.
I know. That was on the previous season of That Checks Out.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in season 3 now.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild. Oh, wait, I just typed Tower.
Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Tower 7. 7 World Trade Center.
Yeah. What about it?
I
got they have the date destroyed.
September 11th, 2001.
But it was a controlled demolition. Like we were planning to take it down.
And the Twin Towers weren't? We've watched the video.
I know, but here's the thing.
Jackie always trying to pick up JFK's brains, allegedly.
Why?
I don't know.
What was she gonna do with them?
Put it back!
Oh no!
Put it back together!
It was like they were mashed potatoes and
connect the male end to the female
push it back
end.
together.
Like it's just extension cords.
Like it's got, everything's fine. Everything's okay. Just like that slow. Like it's fine. It's fine. I'm okay.
7 World Trade Center.
Here's the thing about 9/11. I don't know how much of a conspiracy it was in the actual instance of it, if that makes any sense, like the actual building coming down, which that might just be how buildings fall. Have you ever seen another plane fly into a building?
I feel like I have.
No, you haven't.
Nah, it was a grandstand. That was kind of neat.
Sure, whatever, but you know what I'm. It's very rare.
But like.
But it's very rare that
cool.
you see that. It's very rare that you see that, right?
Yeah.
And I understand the jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams, whatever. I haven't seen it
also,
exactly, and I don't.
The Pentagon footage. I almost said pentagram footage. The Pentagon footage skips a frame, and something shoots out from under the plane. I don't know. Ever heard of a ballistic missile?
Maybe it's just a glare.
It's not. I know what a glare looks like. It's not a glare.
I don't think it was a ballistic missile.
It could have been.
Somebody would have known in the Pentagon. Because it's the Pentagon.
Yeah.
I don't think they would have shot a ballistic.
It was a part of the Pentagon nobody was in.
Hold on. Let's sit with me for this second. During the Iran-Contra war, if I'm not mistaken, and Russia was fucking around a lot in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Because the Middle East used to be very westernized. Like, they didn't have the whole, the hijabs and everything. That wasn't the biggest thing.
Yeah, it was pretty progressive and stuff.
And so
progressive's not the right word.
Modern.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, 80s let's say it was the 80s, it might be, maybe the 70s. But 70s in the United States versus 70s in the Middle East was basically the same. They were just different colored people.
What? Different colored people?
Different colored people. Like, the Middle Eastern.
It was very diverse.
Not necessarily like the opposite of diverse in the Middle East. They're all Arabic or a version of it.
But it was.
But everything was the same, basically. Like the clothing, the culture, the society, whatever, that was the same. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But Russia starts fucking around in that region a lot.
Uh-huh.
And the United States, via the Cold War, they start sending a bunch of like training programs to that part so that the people can fight for themselves. They teach them how to fly planes. They teach them how to do...
You know what 2 people were flying on 9/11?
Wait for it. Just hold on.
George W. Bush.
Just hold on. No. Hold on.
He was. They put him in Air Force. They put him in Air Force One for safety.
Yeah, later
who
on.
else they put in a plane
Hold
for
on.
safety?
Hold the fuck on. Just give me a second. Hold on. Quit interrupting for just a half a second. Fuck. So back then, they sent a lot of the training programs for planes and piloting and all that stuff. They trained a lot of younger Middle Eastern people that were going to join the military anyway, including a young man by the name of Osama bin Laden. That's sure. And so that's how it was. It was, to me, it was more of an accident. And I'm sure there were some inside workings that it did somehow benefit, quote unquote, benefit America.
They got the prompt that day that said, go get oil in the Middle East. Oh, well, that works.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it's all a kind of a scheme to get oil in the Middle East, because I'm assuming the original plan was like, if you help out in the Middle East, at some point they're going to be like, hey, here's some oil at a cheaper discount or whatever it was going to be. And at some point, America did get that, but it was via war, because somehow, some way, Osama bin Laden and people like him were like, let's fly planes into the World Trade Center or some version of that. So that's the precursor to a lot of the conspiracy theories. Now you can talk about the controlled demolition, the melting of the steel beams, all that stuff. But without that part of the story, it doesn't necessarily make sense as to where the motivation was. So that's what kind of I ignore a lot of conspiracy theories when it comes to 9/11 because they fail to mention this part of it.
See, but I know that part of it.
I know, but a lot of conspiracy theories ignore some of that.
That's fair.
And that's why I'm just like, whatever.
That is fair.
That may be true, it may not be true, but this feels the most true because it started with good intentions.
Right.
Or at least beneficial intentions for just
world.
about everybody involved. Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just the way I view the world anyways. Like, we all started with this idea of like, let's get this thing together, but then
and I think
it turned out to be this thing.
I think you not paying attention to it is kind of why I treat conspiracies the way I do. Like, I'll talk about them. Mm-hmm. How much I believe of any given conspiracy theory is up for you to decide or figure out. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to tell you. That's just how but I like conspiracy theories because believing in a lot of them makes life more interesting to me.
No, I mean,
makes the world, not my life exactly, but I think it makes the world more interesting. And I think there's a lot of parts of conspiracy theories that make sense. And if you could pick out those parts, you're like, there's like Bohemian Grove, secret society, big world leaders. That definitely happens. Does it happen there?
Not all the time.
Not all the time, but it has happened there.
I think the world is more interesting than it should be, but maybe not as interesting as some people want it to be. Because it's more interesting than it should be because it could be more dangerous and there's more layers or something than you even realize, but it shouldn't be than what you want it to be. I mean, some of these conspiracy theories, the validity of them or not, like if it comes out tomorrow that the CIA has definitive proof that they didn't kill JFK, then we're all going to be sitting here like, well,
Yeah,
like in that
but the way
one
they've
direct,
danced around it and stuff.
exactly,
Like, ah.
and that's why I understand the idea of a
Yeah.
conspiracy theory. But then you have to realize how many people did it benefit? Because that's huge in every conspiracy theory. Like, I mean, I dig around. I was fucking with you about, like, let's not talk about this. But I'm super into sports conspiracy theories. Because, like, there's one 1985 NBA draft lottery. Basically, you take they put into every team had an envelope.
Yeah.
With their logo in it. So basically every team has their logo in an envelope. They put it into the giant bingo thing or whatever it is. And whoever had a worse record, you get more envelopes into the thing somehow, some way.
It's in like a bingo thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So basically, at the 1985 NBA draft lottery, I can't remember exactly where the New York Knicks would have finished the year before. But obviously it's beneficial.
What is a Knick?
It's the New York Knickerbockers, and I'm not exactly sure what that is.
I did know that.
It's something short. Whatever a Knickerbocker is, that's what that means.
Isn't that some kind of pant?
Yeah, it might be
shoe?
like knickers or pants. Hey, what'd you just call me? Hey.
I didn't say anything.
Hey.
I haven't even said that one, I don't think.
Knickerbocker.
Here we go. Explanation, 19... May also people groups, historic music,
Knickerbocker Avenue,
sport, athletic, football, New York. Oh, it was a baseball team.
Oh yeah, they're like the.
I think I knew that.
There's plenty of, like, there used to be the New York Giants, and they were a baseball team too, and then they became the San Francisco Giants. That's why they're out there too.
I wonder if there's a history franchise history.
Well,
I'm just gonna Google.
What is a Knickerbocker? Yeah. Knickerbocker.
What is a? It's a pant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The newsboy, the newsies. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense for New York.
Yeah.
So basically, the New York Knicks.
Come and get your papes.
Basically, the New York Knicks.
Newsies rules.
I don't remember how they would have finished the year before, so I don't know how many envelopes they would have had in the thing. But basically, obviously, it helps to have a big star in New York City.
Right.
And Patrick Ewing's coming out of college at the time.
I know that name.
I know you do. That's how good he was. And like, even coming out of college, people knew he was going to be good.
I had no idea.
He was going to be that number one overall pick.
Or a musician, but
basketball player for the Knicks for a long time.
What's a writer's name?
Patrick Ewing.
That's a good, like, you would.
I can see it.
Like
I can see it.
Arthur Miller, that's up there. Hemingway.
Well, so basically, he's coming out of Georgetown. He's going to be really good in the NBA eventually at some point. And the whole draft class in '85 was pretty decent. But basically, if you watch the NBA draft lottery,
that's the word I was looking for.
If you watch the NBA draft lottery, it's envelopes and like this big circular thing.
Yeah.
Some papers are going to get bent. But the one envelope that the commissioner, David Stern, grabs looks particularly bent.
Oh.
They say that it was also frozen too, so you can kind of tell by the feel.
Wow.
Like the frozen envelope, grab it, I can tell it's different from the other ones if you don't see the fold or the bend in it. So you grab it out there, New York Knicks, they get the best player.
Which, and here's my thing why that doesn't bother me. I understand why it would bother sports
fans. It's a business.
Exactly.
It's a business. You have
Music's a business. This is a business at the end of the day. Like, we're not making any money off of it. But if somebody wants, if the Ego Lawnmower wants to sponsor us, I got one today. I haven't said it on the re-recording. I got an electric lawnmower today. I've always been vehemently against electric lawnmowers.
I don't understand why.
I just didn't. I didn't feel like they had the power.
Wow.
But it's 2024, baby.
But yeah,
my lawnmower has headlights.
But I understand the Patrick Ewing thing because you want to have a big star in the biggest city in the country.
Yeah, you're going to sell more tickets.
You sell more tickets. There's more people. The television's going to be easier.
No matter what, whatever team he goes to is going to sell more tickets.
Exactly. It might as well be in New York City at Madison Square Garden. Yeah. So
what's the other basketball team in New York?
The Brooklyn Nets. They were in New Jersey for a long time.
What's his name played? Wichita State kid. Ron Baker. Didn't he play for them?
He played for the Knicks.
The Knicks, okay.
Knicks and Nets. The Nets used to be in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And they moved to Brooklyn when Jay-Z bought a piece of them in like 2013 or so.
Okay.
And so yeah, they were the New
Do
Jersey
they
Nets
both
for a long
play
time.
at MSG?
No,
Okay.
there's a Barclays Center.
Yeah.
Barclays Center is in Brooklyn.
I know a weird amount of venues across the country.
Yeah, I mean,
Like theaters.
Yeah.
Like small theaters.
We're a comic. We want to headline or something.
Yeah, but I know them not via comedy. I know
more of them via comedy. Like the Alley Theater down in Houston.
Like to me, I think the Chain Reaction in Anaheim.
Yeah, what's the place in Baltimore?
That's a bar though.
Is it Modell? It's Modell something because it's named after the Ravens owner or who used to own the Ravens.
Also, like, do you remember the first time you Googled the Cotillion and thought there was just one in Wichita, and then you find out there's multiple, or like Orpheum?
I didn't know that there was more. I knew the Orpheum. There's a lot of them. Yeah, thinking of. They're Fox Theater too.
Yeah, a lot of
Fox Theater because there's one in Hutch, but there's also one in Detroit. So
yeah. Yeah, but people don't know the one in Hutch.
I know the one in Hutch. I'll headline it. Fucking have me out there, Hutch. I went to the schools.
This is about time for you to do a special based on how some people do it around here.
Just go to a small town.
Yeah.
Rent out a theater for $5,000. Sell tickets for $5.
Book the show how Rogan would. 2 people way funnier than you in front of you.
But then also just not even be close to as funny as they are.
But then throw a towel over the crowd mic so nobody hears the laughs.
Sorry, guys, I couldn't catch the sound. Just waste Taylor's time.
If I ever shoot a special someday, he's shooting it.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that'd be really funny. Just be like, sorry, dude.
It's going to be like a weird art house special. We're going to shoot it in like a black box theater or something.
Like Drew Michael shot his special.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he had his special on Max or HBO or whatever it is.
Okay.
He basically just does it on a soundstage, no audience.
Oh,
Weird.
see, I would do it like a black box theater is like maybe 50 people.
Yeah, I like that. I like a small crowd.
Yeah, small crowds are fun.
Low ceilings.
Low ceilings.
Like wherever Ari did his first couple of specials.
This would be a good room for comedy.
If it was obviously bigger, but yeah.
I mean, if you took out this wall here and made it just that. That's not bad.
A little raised platform, a small one.
A couple pallets.
I like a small platform. I like a small stage.
Yeah.
Because like the way Chappelle, like obviously he's in theaters mostly. Not, I mean, he can do arenas and whatever he wants.
Chappelle does whatever. He's. You can't say he's in a place because he just does whatever he wants.
Well, but like in his specials, when he shoots his specials.
Yeah.
Because what's the fucking place called that he does in Atlanta? The Cathedral.
Maybe. Is that the one where there were people sitting like right on the side of him too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his just Dave Chappelle special, right?
Yeah.
Kind of self-titled deal.
Yeah, but he's done multiple there. He did like Killing Them Softly there. He's done a handful of them there. I don't think he did the closer there or whatever the last one was.
The last one.
Is it the closer?
No, the closer was the second to last one. The most recent one that was so good.
Oh hell!
I can't remember what it is.
I think it's called the Cathedral, and
I guess we could also look up where Dave Chappelle films specials.
Yeah, just do that. Because I think it's called the Cathedral, and it's in Atlanta.
I'm a terrible typer.
I know. Been watching it for like a year and a half now.
I know. All right. Wear modes. I was close.
What? No.
Where does Dave?
No, he did the last one in Philadelphia. I do.
Okay. Deep in the Heart of Texas was filmed at ACL.
Yeah, that was at a smaller venue. Just scroll down to his discography or not filmography, whatever stand-up specials. You had it.
Right there. Killing Them Softly for what
click
The Dreamer.
The Dreamer. Okay, yeah.
So that was in Philly.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to pull it out.
No, I don't either. But, yeah, it was probably the closer is so good. Yeah. Sticks and Stones.
I think he did it. That's the place I'm talking about. Because it's the same place for a lot of them.
Yeah. It was Equanimity and the Bird Revelation. One of those was in like a club.
Yeah. I think it's the DC, not DC Improv.
Or no, 846 was in a club.
No, some of them. No, you're right. One of them, I think it was the Bird Revelation that was in a club.
Because this was.
That was just like the 20-minute thing that he put on YouTube.
Yeah. And then.
So click on Killing Them Softly real quick, please.
Lincoln Theater in D.C.
No, that's not what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, because that was so special, and that's where he filmed his new one, I think.
Yeah, will you go back to and click on Sticks and Stones, please?
I don't know if I could. Oh yeah, I could. Sticks and Stones. That one's in Texas.
God, no, the Tabernacle. Tabernacle in Atlanta. It's called the Tabernacle. So that place is huge. It's a big ass theater.
I'm
It's
listening. I just thought of something.
yeah, but it's a gigantic theater. But he has the part that kind of juts out into the audience, and and it's almost the size of a club stage. So for him, it's more comfortable. You don't have to move around as much, but you still have like the grandeur of a true theater. And Schultz does it in Infamous too.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's this little extra section of the stage, but it's also like away from the actual just straight across stage. And so that allows people to sit on the sides of you too.
Yeah.
And so it feels like a club.
The catwalk, sorry.
Yeah, catwalk.
There's a theater somewhere that has like an abandoned swimming pool.
Yeah.
And the acoustics in it are fantastic. But it's also like haunted, I think.
I don't believe in haunted.
Really? Fuck, I do. I don't go to places that say haunted. And then there's one theater with fancy bathroom. There's one that's got like a crazy... The Branson Theater. Is that the one? Dude.
I still have a...
That's the bathroom in this theater.
Oh, shit.
That's fancy as shit.
Is that a toilet or a sink?
Both.
Huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, we got a bidet, but it's also where you got to wash your hands.
That's something that lives rent-free in my head, and I think it's still to date one of the funniest things is the episode of South Park where Butters is the only person that's using the toilet right. Have you ever seen that one?
Yeah.
Like, so that way you have a little shelf for your chocolate milk and your comic book. And then the ghost of Thomas P. Crapper. That's the guy that invented the flush toilet. His name is Thomas P. Crapper.
Is that what it's called, taking a crap?
Yeah. Or
you're on the crapper?
Thomas Crapper.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah. English plumber and businessman.
Wow.
Founded Thomas Crapper & Co. in London, a plumbing equipment company. His notability with regard to toilets is often overstated. Okay. It was a fictional biography of him. So
fuck.
That's what everybody thought. That's what I always thought. True things about the sanitary engineer Thomas Crapper. Were you allowed to say crap as a kid?
Not in one class.
In one class? No, I wasn't allowed to say it at home.
I mean,
and
I wasn't allowed to say punk.
It, and now I say fuck.
I wasn't allowed to say punk or
you weren't allowed to say punk?
Sissy. Wussy.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Wussy?
I wasn't allowed to say lie. Because that was very, like, if you called somebody a liar, that was very accusatory.
That's fair.
And so, like, that's why, like, if you catch me saying storyteller, hey, you telling stories. Instead of saying, like, oh, you're a liar. No, you're telling stories.
Okay.
It's a much more avant-garde way to say it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess that's a myth. But he didn't hold a patent for the flush toilet or invent it.
See, this is why you can't believe everything.
Where crap comes from.
Oh, that's
I read
bullshit.
this in a book as a kid.
That's bullshit.
The word crap is slang for evacuating one's bowels before crapper. According to Merriam-Webster, it has its roots in medieval Latin.
Yeah, so does his last name. They come from the same thing.
That's what I'm saying.
It's pretty obvious.
You can still find his name on London Infrastructure.
I have a note folder on my phone of old Jeremy Rush roast jokes. You want to hear some?
Yes.
Jeremy's comedy is so old that his type 5 is a loose 7. Jeremy took a break from a clan meeting to call me and talk shit about this roast. I've said some of these before. Jeremy tells drinking stories like he's been to war.
For sure, dude.
Jeremy Rush bets on Pee Wee football.
Yep, definitely.
Jeremy looks like the governor of West Virginia.
I don't know what the governor of West Virginia looks like, but he would.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to know what he looks like. There's more, but that's
my
more
notes are
inside.
in the other room. Otherwise, I'd be like, we can go through some of my notes. They're weird.
Let's go through some of my notes and see what's there. I haven't looked through some of them.
I'm gonna go. I'll grab mine.
Yeah. Oh, there's some about Goose in here.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let me see. Maybe these aren't about Goose.
All right, let's see.
Oh.
Gabe's notes.
No, not Gabe. Goose's podcast, Unremarkable. Go listen to it if you hate life. But I said his podcast is like the Summer Olympics, a white guy commenting on ethnic people doing work.
I got poison ivy on my hands. And then I jerked off, so I got poison ivy on my balls.
Let's just keep going back and forth. There's the people at Taco Bell are mad scientists of Mexican cuisine.
Oh, this is an interesting one. We might have talked about this last week.
Did you not like that one?
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry. I was reading at the same time.
The people at Taco Bell are mad scientists of Mexican cuisine.
Facts, dude. That Taco Bell last night was so good.
One more: dip tortilla chips in ranch. Life hack: Cool Ranch Doritos.
You're just breaking all the tortilla chips into perfect triangles.
Fuck! Like it's fucking
Squid Game.
Yeah.
Fucking me and Austin were watching one of those dating shows.
Yeah.
I told you about this in the car the other day. It was like the cut and they were doing the blind date. OG YouTube shit, dude. Weezer made... Did you ever watch the music video for Pork and Beans by Weezer? Probably not.
Oh, hold on. This is a crazy one. All right, let me read this real quick. No.
Okay. Well, it was
Weezer.
Old.
You know...
Oh, no, it was a popular song.
No.
It was all like the old YouTube. So like the first one of the dudes dropping the Mentos in the Coke, and then the Chocolate Rain guy, the Leave Britney Alone girl.
Okay, yeah,
but singing their song.
That's funny.
Is the Leave Britney Alone a dude?
It's a dude. He does gay porn now.
Why?
His name's like Chris Carson.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm kind of afraid to look him up on this computer knowing that now.
There's this. I have this joke that I wrote at some point. I hate rapists. Not for the same reason
you stepping on my toes here.
Not for the same reasons you guys do. I want to have consensual sex with a woman, then never call her again, and they fucked it up. Now bitches are trying to get to know me. Like, get to know this dick. It's not funny, man.
That's terrible.
It's silly though. It's
no. So we're watching this online dating thing by like the cut. They do like the box. And
yeah.
It was the blind dating one where both the contestants come out blindfolded, and they have to just based on them answering questions about each other decide if they want to date somebody.
Oh yeah, yeah.
First questions. What's a kink that you've wanted to explore or something? On stage in a comedy club. And she goes,
let us do this.
I've always wanted somebody to spit in my mouth.
Yeah.
Which is already bananas.
Just like over the barricade, just
you know,
like you're playing Battleship, just
like no, but then like 2 minutes later, they're like, "What's important to you in a relationship?" She goes, "I want to be treated equally." I butchered that. She goes, "I want to be treated equally, like treat me equally, but also spit in my mouth." That's one of the most degrading fucking things.
I mean, I get it though. I mean, it's her kink though.
Yeah, but then at the end of the video, they asked the guy, because they were into each other and whatever, and she's like, they're like, spit in her mouth. And he was like, I don't know. And then this like French dude that just happened to be in an American comedy club that night goes, I would spit in her mouth. Gets on stage, fucking does it. She leaves with him, and he leaves with another girl from the audience.
Shout out. Steve should let us do that.
For sure.
I'll talk to him tonight.
Yeah.
I'll talk to him tonight. We'll talk to him.
We should start doing... I think Vorshay's is a great place for something like that.
Because, we should definitely do that. We should...
That would be really fun.
We'll definitely need to talk
Put that
to
in your
Steve.
notes so we don't forget. Because that's...
Spit in girl's mouth. Tell Steve.
Tell Steve. I mean, that would make me remember it.
Spit
It's like
girl's
on the laser, if I'm
mouth.
Reprocessing the sheet on a laser, the last button you hit is register. And the first time Brock showed it to me, he goes, register like a sex offender. And so now every time I'm doing something on the laser, I'm like, I always know how to get to register like a sex offender.
Because I think that would be a lot of fun. Like, I mean,
Registering
obviously,
as a sex offender?
No. No, but this show would be a lot of fun because
I agree.
We're so silly that I think a lot of people would end up enjoying it more than they should. What?
Did you hear about the Drake and Dolly collab?
No, it's Pitbull and Dolly.
Or Pitbull and Dolly. Damn it, I read it wrong. Pitbull and Dolly. You think about how that phone call went. Dolly. Yes, this is Dolly. That's funny. I might try that on stage. Oh, I like to date girls with nicotine addictions. That way I can keep a Zin in when I go down on them. I'm thinking about you in multiple ways. You're welcome. I'm getting you off and getting your cravings taken care of.
I love old heads. I don't even know how I got into this conversation with this older dude, but he goes, 84 was a hell of a year. I was getting pussy back in 84. Yeah, then I got married to that bitch in 1985. Couldn't have lasted longer than 86, right? No, I've been with her. I'm still with her in 2023, but I'm probably going to kill her in 2024.
Fergie is like ska music. I can handle about 10 minutes of it, and then I'm good. I love Fergie. I know, but for about 10 minutes, and you're like, all right, I got my fix. It's just like,
Big
you'll listen to,
don't cry.
but then
Like,
you'll
all
listen
right.
to, and I think I have myself one beer, and then you'll maybe get into like one Less Than Jake song, and you're like, all right, that was enough. That was enough ska for today.
It's a song from Bandslam I still listen to. A girl texted me one time and told me that she had a migraine and still managed to take her dog on a walk, then bathe the dog, cook herself food, and then work an 8-hour shift. She asked me how impressive that was. I texted her back that Terrell Davis won a Super Bowl with a migraine, so you can shut the fuck up, you unproductive bitch. A lot of these are aggressive.
Yeah, very. Remember what I said?
This is early on in my comedy
I was like,
career.
remember what I said about accessing your silly side more?
Yeah. This is crazy.
Kanye low-key has little dick energy. He kind of does, though.
Oh, I've told you the fake coming with garlic aioli thing.
Yeah, we had a whole episode where garlic aioli was like the main point.
No, but yeah, we did. Oh, man. Chuck E. Cheese with no pizza?
I am a
Whose
capable
joke
and
is
creative
that?
person whose work in the world is not over. Oh, these are just two quotes that
It's
I
not
had.
very funny.
It's just a good
Not
quote.
too funny, dude.
That was by Levi the Poet. And then I have a Hobo Johnson quote that says, part of being alive is wishing that you weren't sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Have you heard the part? Have you heard the joke? I used to do it on stage. I used to not open with it. But I was like, have you ever met a girl with big titties and crossed eyes? You don't know where to look. It's like, I don't know where the eye contact is, but also boobs.
I don't know where this one's from, but it says, understand who you are and learn yourself. Learn your pros and your cons. Get your flaws, get them out of the way, but with you, not to nobody else. That had to be on Rogan or something.
You want to read some? I'll read you some quotes.
No, that's a poem that I wrote. That's sad. Damn, I went way back.
Rainier Maria Rilke. The only journey is the one within.
2020. Why do you hate me? Nope, that's a sad one.
I'll go to the next one.
Sorry. I went way too far back.
The difference between silence and genius is self-doubt. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Ooh, I got a Mod Sound quote. The wallpaper on the inside of my skull is so beautiful. There's so much going on. That's like a pretty way to say I have ADHD.
Yeah. I am the one who knocks. Walter White.
It's a fucking good one.
I want to die peacefully in my sleep like my grandfather, not screaming in terror like his passengers.
That was really fucked up. I can't tell that one. My dad told me not to cock block him one time.
Today, a young man on acid realized that all matter is merely energy condensed to a slow vibration, that we're all consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. There's no such thing as death. Life is only a dream. And we're all imaginations of ourselves. Here's Tom with the weather. Bill Hicks. I always say you should aim for peace, but you should aim for peace. But if you can't aim for peace, you should aim between the eyes.
Ooh, a guy I work with one day came back from lunch, and he goes to our boss, and he goes, "Okay, don't freak out. My wife might have slipped me an edible at lunch."
You took it?
And he goes, "It might have just been bad jelly."
Hold on.
The jelly tasted just a little bit off, and so he thought his wife had put an edible in it.
Wait, so he goes home for lunch?
Yeah. Eats a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Okay. But
And
how do
it
you
tasted a little off.
So she drugged him?
She didn't. It was just bad jelly.
Okay.
But we were all really excited for about an hour that he was going to start freaking out.
But that's funny. That's really funny, though.
Especially welding.
I like the idea that she drugged him.
Yeah.
And I don't like the idea, but it's kind of funny.
It's fun. If you know them, it makes sense.
Well, who is it? Say the name.
Yeah,
Say it. Oh, damn it. Damn, that's
It's
just
my buddy
weird.
Aaron.
Aaron? Mm-hmm. Where'd this name in the Bible go?
Mephibosheth.
Nimrod.
Nimrod's a good one. I like that.
I mean, that's where the...
Shout out to Green Day. Made an album called Nimrod. My cousin, one time I said Nimrod, and my cousin went on this whole thing about how it's terrible because that guy was terrible and stuff. I'm like, it's just kind of a word now.
Yeah, I mean, it
was his name.
It's a synonym for idiot.
Yeah.
Who's your cousin?
My QAnon cousin.
Can I fight that guy?
No.
Oh.
He has weapons.
I've got weapons.
He definitely owns
mass destruction.
He definitely owns multiple swords. Like, you know the kind of guy you see walk in a place and you're like, well, he's not that guy, though. Like, you wouldn't look at him and be like, that dude definitely owns swords. But you know him and you're like, he definitely owns swords.
Swords are stupid. Such an inefficient way to kill somebody.
I cut between my toes one time with a sword while I was watching Kill Bill.
Gabe, hold on. Gabe, so you were watching Kill Bill.
Yeah, as you do.
Yeah. But while the movie's going on, I'm assuming you've seen it already at this point.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I had both of them.
And you saw, the bride's doing a lot of work. Go Uma Thurman.
No, so what had happened was...
And you're like, you know what? I feel like, hold on, let me finish. I haven't finished my question yet.
Oh.
And you're like, yeah, Uma Thurman, she can really work with a sword.
Yeah.
And so you pulled out a sword.
And
we're like, I can do what she's doing, and you cut yourself between your toes.
Explanation.
Am I close?
Kind of.
That's all I need. I don't need to know
anymore. It's kind
anymore.
of a fun story. So there was a season there.
You cut between your toes with a sword.
It was post-missionary, pre-awakening to just what the world's like and shit, you know. And I was trying to start a junk removal business with another guy because that's when my parents were involved with the sober living homes and stuff.
Yeah.
So they always had kickoff businesses. So the other owner's son and I started doing some junk removal shit for people with rental properties and whatever. And so me and Austin got in touch with this guy that goes by Dotson Dave.
Name's backwards.
No, Dotson was
Dave Dotson.
The cars he worked on were Dotsons.
Oh, okay.
And so he was known. Dotson got bought by Nissan.
Yeah.
And the Fairlady came from that and whatever.
Ferret Lady?
Yeah, Nissan Fairlady.
No, the Ferret Lady.
It's
a deep cut from...
That's a really deep cut. If you look at our wanted poster, That's the picture of Felix, is him in awe of the ferret lady.
Big shout out to the ferret lady. She's huge on this podcast.
A Fair Lady Z. So it's a Z. Mm-hmm. But like the old ones were pretty cool. Yeah, like this era of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are sick. I love the.
You steal that in GTA.
I love the rear views on the front though.
I don't like how little they are.
Yeah, they're tiny. That's how a lot of cars are in Japan, with the mirrors up there.
It's like we blew them up, and they're like, you know what, smaller rear view mirrors.
Anyways, this guy Dotson Dave gets in touch with me in Austin. Austin met him through like the car scene and stuff, and we get over, and this dude, he's weird as fuck. And so it was just originally it was just going to be clean out his garage.
How does Kill Bill come into this?
This is how I got the swords.
Okay.
It started just clean out his garage for $100.
Yeah.
And then there was so much shit in his garage, and we just took it out and collected it and took it all to a pawn shop at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Took it all to a pawn shop. But he paid us $50 for pretty much a whole day's work.
Yeah.
And then we made like $250 at the pawn shop.
Yeah.
But we kept some of the swords and old military gear and stuff.
I don't trust you with the sword.
He had a box of swords. I wasn't gonna not take one.
I don't know why you just were like swords. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it was cool. I was living in my first apartment.
Okay.
Fucking awesome.
Okay, keep going.
Or no, I was still living at my parents' house, but the time I cut my toe was in my first apartment. So what had happened was I took a katana from the sword box and a couple knives. There were a bunch of knives.
I get it.
So many knives. Austin took a couple swords. I think Austin probably still has one of the swords.
Yeah. What would you do with the swords after you cut them?
I think I gave him to my cousin. And I think that's how I know he has swords.
So it's your fault that he has swords. You made it sound like he went out and bought them.
I don't know what I did with the swords. I might have just taken it to a pawn shop or thrown it away. I don't remember.
Okay.
No, I gave my pet snake to my cousin.
Yeah, you couldn't remember the difference between a snake and some swords.
No, I've just given it was a weird thing that I would have given him. I may have given him the sword. But anyways,
can you fast forward to the part where you're like, okay.
Anyways, I'm in my first apartment watching Kill Bill.
Alone?
I'm like, fuck yeah.
Sober?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, damn, I'm going to watch Kill Bill with my katana. That's pretty cool.
So you're like, go ahead and sit the katana next to me.
Oh, no, I unsheathed it and everything, dude. I was just like messing with the katana the whole time. Last like 20 minutes of the movie, I was putting the flat part between my toes. And then I had moved around with it and whatever. And then I guess I put it back between my toes with the sharp part. And I pulled it back and I got like, it was basically like a paper cut between my pinky toe and the.
But like more blood than it should have been.
No blood.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And so that's how I cut my toe between my toes open with a samurai sword. Watching Kill Bill.
I just don't know if I ever would have got to the part where it was like, yep, I got to lay in bed with this.
I was on my couch.
Or lay on the couch with this sword.
It was also nice, though, because my neighbor below me had way too much bass.
That would have been a really funny crime scene to find if you're a cop.
Yeah.
It's like, this dude killed himself. And Kill Bill's like replaying on the screen.
Yeah, because the title screen only plays through
and we're
for
just
so
like,
long.
Did she come get him? Like, is he one of the...
That's Tarantino's last movie.
It's just a
very well-written story about a pretty dumb guy from Kansas that kills
it's a
himself
really
on Kill Bill on accident.
It's a really well-written meta sequel.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's very silly.
That's Kill Bill Volume 3.
You think that's gonna be his last movie? Is the daughter coming back after the bride?
That wouldn't be his last movie because he considers Kill Bill one movie. Mm-hmm. So it would be a loophole. If it was Kill Bill Volume 3, it would be part of Kill Bill.
Oh,
so
okay.
he could still, I feel like there's still a chance he could make
There's no way he
movies.
Stops. Yeah, there's no way he stops.
Yeah, but he's also not going to like make this crazy-ass franchise out of Kill Bill.
Right.
Like, he's not going to Avengers Kill Bill.
Well, but it wouldn't necessarily be Avengers because it should be a continuation of the story 20 years later or whatever.
Right, but he's not the guy either, I think, that's going to I think the odds of him actually making Kill Bill Volume 3 are kind of slim. Just
Why?
because everybody's making sequels and
I get
rehashes
that.
and stuff. And Tarantino's like the best filmmaker, but also the anti-filmmaker.
He
doesn't go with trends.
He made Django when like some slave movies were coming out. And I know it's like a...
I think his was one of the first ones, though. In that
but yeah, like 12 Years a Slave came out the same
and then
year.
like the Free State of Jones.
Yeah. It's like in that same general era. And I understand his might have been the first, but like...
Which I could be wrong on.
He might be able to cap off like the era of making sequels and remakes and whatever it is with the best one.
Right.
And that's what I think I can see him like saying, yeah, let's do that.
I think that's my thing too, is if anybody's going to make a third and make it right, it's going to be Tarantino.
Yeah. Yeah. Should we watch a TikTok just to be like, oh, that was fun?
Yeah.
You want to go to Brother Tim?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, Brother Tim. That one's pretty good. We could also see what's on our homepage, our For You page.
See how long it takes to get to tits.
Yeah. Messages. Oh, we could watch this one again.
Why does he suck the dog's balls? I just don't enjoy that he sucks the dog ball. I don't enjoy the part that he goes like...
Yeah, it's like he
definitely made a... Yeah.
I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that.
Oh, it's so gross. It's so gross. Like, why do you suck a dog's ball? I'm not crying again, so I don't know why you're playing it.
I just wanted to see if it would work.
I refuse to cry again.
Also, this eye stays in one spot. This one moves.
Hold on, you talked over it.
Brother Tim is about to come.
He says B5.
I'm gonna say that next time. Feet, 5, 4, 4, Gabe spelled. Oh fuck.
Gabe's about to.
That's a clip. Uncle Tim. Dude, this eye is stuck.
I mean, yeah, he's wearing glasses for a reason, dude.
Also, his hat seems way too tight on his head.
Oh, for sure. You never watched the sitcom One-on-One, did you?
Never heard of it, no.
Yeah, because it's black people. This one, he's so angry.
He's so angry.
I work in the hood.
It's so aggressive.
I hate niggas.
But it is. It's the white guy going, kids these days don't know how I had to walk 12. I had to walk 12 miles to school uphill both ways.
I hate that. I'm so sick and tired of the back in my day conversation. You're old, out of touch, die soon, please.
Well, back in my day, we had dial-up. Dude, dial-up was wild.
You sound old, out of touch, die soon.
All right. Cool. You want to edit this tomorrow?
Nah, can you stay alive, please? All right. For me?
Yeah. What's up, guys? It's Gabe from That Checks Out with Gabe and Felix. Obviously, same clothes as I was wearing in the episode that you just watched. I don't know why I felt the need to clarify that. Anyways, if the episode felt like it ended abruptly, it's because it did. The camera died. And we just did not take that into consideration as a possibility. There's a lot of new stuff that we're still kind of learning and figuring out and having to remember as we move into this new space. So if you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of this. We have a lot of fun with it. We hope you do too. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, all the shit that you're supposed to do to people that you enjoy watching. So with that being said, guys, God bless you. God keep you. We out.